Hello, friends. Hello, hello. This is Marina Shepelsky. Marina Shepelsky. I'm an immigration attorney from New York, coming to you live today as I do every Wednesday, talking about immigration news. Sorry for my voice. I'm sick again. And I don't know if I can stay for too long, but we will do our usual time, like 35, 30 minutes. And I will try to answer as many questions as I could. Very bad, like gray type of weather in New Jersey, where I am. Tell me, please, where you're watching from. I'd love to give you a shout out and talk about some of my experiences working with your state, your city. And it's just really cool for me to hear where you guys are watching me from. And then after that, please write in the comments if you have any immigration questions. I will be happy to answer them. Um, Again, this is not to be taking legal advice from social media, from this YouTube show. Of course, this is about education, entertainment, and if you do need a consultation, totally understood. You probably have a complicated situation. Give us a call, schedule an appointment, or just go right on our website and schedule an appointment. I see Katya is watching us from Texas, from the city of Houston. Very nice. I'm very happy to hear that. I'm in Old Bridge, New Jersey today, feeling under the weather again. I don't know when I'm going to finally get better, hopefully soon. And we're talking about immigration news. I'm just going to spend a little more time going over where everybody's watching from. Our office is in Brooklyn, but I work from home on Wednesdays. This is when I do my show. I write my materials. I write a lot of work stuff for work. I'm now working before I turned, the live on and tuned in here. I'm working on a VAWA application for a man from Bangladesh. He was married to a lady with mental illness. Her family did not tell him about it ahead of time, and they live in another city in another state from us. So we're working with that state, and immigration is the same. It's federal, most of the forms, and the standards for USCIS. So we have clients from everywhere in the United States and many parts of the world, and we have paralegals in the office who speak the Bangladeshi language. They speak whatever you need, and Russian, Ukrainian, Georgian. So we have a lot of languages in the office if you need them. Austin, Texas is watching me. Hello, Taba061 from Instagram. Mashka is from Florida. Let's see. Andy Jones says he deeply appreciates me. Thank you so much. Thank you. Jose is from Texas. Thurzia Von Zyl is from upstate New York. Hello. Shout out to New York. That's where our office is. Oh, Imamul is from Dhaka, Bangladesh. That's where my client is from the other state where he lives. And that's we actually have a lot of clients right now from Bangladesh. Germany from Mohammed Hishmat. Welcome to my show. Right here in New York, Long Island for Andy. Okay, that's all I'm seeing at the moment. As you guys are joining, please let me know where you're watching from. I'm going to start talking about the news with you. So the biggest news today, as I predicted last week, USCIS confirmed that they're raising all the fees for various immigration filings, immigration application fees. So as I said, they will now officially raise the fees. It starts April 1st. I also predicted this. April 1st, 2024. Lots of the fees will go up. I still have to like go through this. There's a lot going on in the new fee situation, right? But what I noticed that was interesting is that right now, before there is this fees, we pay for the green card 1,225, but that also includes the fee for the work permit and the advance parole. From April 1st, when you file for a green card and you need a work permit from that, as many of my VAWA clients, for example, they will charge not free anymore for the work permit. It won't be free. You have to pay half of the fee. So that was interesting. They did expand uh, like a discount program of 50% off for naturalization clients. So people who are filing for US citizenship, if you have low income, up to 400% of the federal poverty guidelines, you will get to pay only half of the price for citizenship and for 100 naturalization. And for filing online, there will now be a $50 discount. So they're encouraging people to file a lot of things online. I will go over this in more detail and like write it up and analysis later. But if you're interested, just to kind of give you some of the new fees, just to briefly discuss the new fees, I want to go over this table they posted. All right. So um, the Form I-90 application to replace a lost or stolen green card, like to actually replace the green card, online went down by $40 to $415. And so did, I'm sorry, the paper filing to replace your green card will be $465. If you're going to do this together with biometrics, on paper it's 465, online it's 415. Then the work petition for temporary non-immigrant visa is going to be different depending on your category, but the H1 is now going to be $780. Um, I-129F fiance petition went up to $675. I-130 family unity, family union, like when you file for a family, went up to $625. If you're filing online. If you're doing it on paper, it's $675. The travel permit, the travel document, the fee went up to $630 for the advance parole, but then the fees are different if you're asking for a refugee travel document and so on. They've split it up now by types of a travel document you're requesting. And the I-485, that's what I want to see. Um, okay, before I say that, the notice of appeal, I-290B, went up to $800. The 212 application to reapply after being deported, it's a waiver. Waiver went up from 930 to $1,175. The green card application went up by $300 to 1440. On top of that increased fee, you will have to pay half of the fee for the work permit if you're filing for a work permit and the advance parole. And yeah, so there's others. So a lot of fees went up as predicted. It went up. Post where you're watching me from, I'm going to give you a shout out. Imamul says he's coming to New York soon. Welcome. Our address is and all our contact information. Make an appointment. We'll be happy to see you. Let's see. I'm gonna start answering the questions now because that was the biggest news. The biggest news was the increase in fees. And as I'm answering the questions, I will still be giving you shout outs because I love to personally say thank you to everybody watching, no matter where you're watching me from. But it's cool to see where you are. Aziz has a question. He says, "Can I remarry my ex-wife after divorce and file for her green card?" I get this question a lot. People get their U.S. citizenship, they feel safe, so now they want to file for the ex-wife. Perhaps this wasn't a real divorce. Perhaps it was a real divorce, but now they're divorced with a U.S. citizen spouse that they used to get the green card. They want to go ahead and oh, he has an explanation. He said he filed for asylum in 2015, got my green card through VAWA, so he was married and abused by a U.S. citizen. Can I travel to my home country after my asylum case is terminated? Uh, you can, but you don't have your citizenship yet. I don't recommend to go to your home country until you become a citizen. And the same thing with your wife. Until you become a citizen, I don't recommend filing for the first wife. Once you're a citizen, it's safer. Um, I video creator says, when will the F1 visa slot come? Please reply. I don't understand the question, sorry. Oh, we talked about upstate New York. Jose says, why will my work permit come out? Prima facie determination. If you have the U visa, it takes like 5 years. And the way they do with the U visa is they give the work permit while you're waiting for the U visa. After a lot of time, at the time that they issue the prima facie determination, I don't know why. It just happens like that. When you're going to be in New York, make an appointment, come see me. I'll be happy to see you. Waku's watching from Kentucky. Hello, Kentucky. Arif says, good morning, madam. What is the time frame for SB1 visa from India? Returning residence visa. This is for people who have a green card, then they went back or whatever, they're in another country maybe, but they're not living in the US and they interrupted their green card stay in the US for more than 6 months. Then they apply to come back and they have to show the embassy a good reason why they stayed in India. It takes 7 to 8 months. That's the question. The answer to your question. Mohammed says EB3 visa processing time, better inside US or outside? Better inside US for sure. EB3 inside US. The problem with EB3 is the wait time is super long now. It's like 5 years altogether. So if you can stay in US in legal status, like work visa or F1, you're good. But if you can't, if you win this EB3 I-140 petition, you have to wait for like another 3 years for the visa to be available. You have no choice. You might have to go back to the home country, and the chances of getting it in the home country are kind of low, but it is what it is. Happy Life says, watching from Texas. Hello, Texas, and hello, Happy Life. Imamul says, Marina, any scope for MBA admission based on 3 years bachelor IELTS 7.0? If you're asking me about the EB visa, yes, an MBA is good, but I don't understand what the question is. Okay, Mashka says, is the Miami asylum office good for the asylum interview? It's the same as everywhere else. They deny about 87 to 90%. Most people applying will get denied, so it doesn't even matter. All right. Harpreet Singh says, asylum seeker, how to get a green card. When you win your asylum case, you will get a green card after about 1 year of holding that status. The PA says, the PA Wasapa061 says hello and namaste on Instagram. Hello and namaste. Pacha Sadol wants to know how much will the citizenship fee be? All right, so the new citizenship fee and 400 if you're filing online with biometrics, $710. If you're filing on paper with biometrics, is $760. So if you're just going to do paper application, the new fee is $760 for US citizenship. Haroon says, ma'am, can you tell me about the petition I-130? My case was just reviewed on 23rd of October 2023. My petition file date is 8th of June 2023. It's in California Service Center. When can I expect my case to be approved? That depends, Haroon, who filed for whom. Like, for example, if it's a spouse or a US citizen child filing for a parent, it takes 6 months to get approved. If it's like a US citizen filing for a brother or a sister, that could take 10 years to be approved. So it depends which category you are in. Jose Valdez, I filed for VAWA and it took 11 months to be approved for the work permit, but they never sent me the prima facie. It's been 3 weeks since they approved me for the work permit. I haven't received my card yet. So to get the work permit, it might take another week or two after the approval. So first they approve the I-765, the form is approved. And then they send the card. Sometimes it takes up to like 4 or 5 weeks. VAWA takes about 3 years right now. The prima facie comes if you included proof of the marriage, proof of good moral character, and some abuse proofs. If you didn't include it, some of it or all of it, you might not get the prima facie, but it's not too late. You could still request it if you are sending in more proofs now. If they will accept them, sometimes they don't. You might not get the prima facie at all. So this is Praveen. While in detention, I got bond, so came out on bail from detention. And then I filed a VAWA. I got a prima facie. And I filed for work permit. I want to see my parents. For VAWA, you can file, but it's going to take 3 years to get the work permit based on VAWA. So I suggest you add to the VAWA filing for a green card. The filing for the green card allows you to also file for the work permit. Okay? And if you file before April 1st, you pay the old fee. So since you have the VAWA pending now, file for a green card and a work permit off the VAWA. It forgives the entry with no visa, and you're in good shape. If you need help, give us a call. We can help with it. Yasser Ibrahim says, hi, Marina. Is a stepchild abused to his mother, ex-husband, strong enough VAWA case as VAWA is for the ex-wife, or will it be weaker? Uh, it's hard to say. So let's talk about the stepchild abuse. The stepchild abuse would be for VAWA if you married the woman when the kid was under 21. Now this US citizen kid is 21 or older, and they're abusing you. So this you could definitely file with, but it depends. Why don't you give us a call for consultation? We could see what's going on in your case. Haroon says my wife's petition, my case for alien spouse, was filed 8th of June 2023 in California. Oh, so this is through a spouse? The approval of the I-130 should take about 6 months. And then the next step is either adjustment of status or consular visa processing. You will go for a visa interview in your country. That might take another year. Imamu says one of my friends living in New York asked me to know about asylum application fee. There's no fee to the government for asylum. It depends. Our fee, like how much we charge, depends on the case and the complexity. I don't have like Best Buy or Costco price set. It depends on the work amount. Well, Maim says, how many times can I request for expediting from online portal, my I-130 for my spouse? You can request as many times as you can. In my experience, they almost never approve those. Vibe Hafgaba says, "Good morning, attorney. How long is it safe to stay abroad traveling with advanced parole combo card?" 4 months is okay, up to 4 months. I don't recommend staying longer than that because then it looks like you're living in another country, when you're staying more than 4 months. I say 4 months, five at most, up to 5 months you could stay out. Instagram, hello. Zulfi 125 says, "Hi, how are you? Watching you from Pakistan." Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you for watching from Pakistan. Handamid says, "If I reach USA, can I marry an asylee? It will help me to stay in USA." If the person already received asylum and you marry them, you're going to have to wait for them to get a green card and file for you. Um, Question from Miss Thing 504 from Instagram. I petitioned for my husband when I was a lawful permanent resident, green card holder. My I-130 petition for the husband was approved 4 days after my U.S. citizenship naturalization. Do we have to change my case as citizen, or was this automatic? Thank you, attorney. It's not automatic. You should send a copy of your naturalization certificate to the NVC now, because if the I-130 was approved, USCIS washed their hands of it, so it's not there anymore. So send it to the National Visa Center, a copy of your naturalization certificate, and make sure you give them all the identifying information for your case: your petition number, your alien number, date of birth, and name for you, name and date of birth for your beneficiary spouse. Make sure that you mention where in this process you are, that you're naturalized already, and they will update his category, and that will make your case quicker. Otherwise, if you don't update it, they will keep processing it as if you were still a green card holder. It is not automatic. Great question. Thank you for asking. People always want to know this, and that's a really good way to ask. Does it matter? Should I update them? It is automatic. Uh, the UI champ says, "When do you think the F2A for India will be current or move forward rapidly?" Oh my God, I don't even know. F2A has not been current for any category for a while. Then it was current again. Let me see. Okay, the F2A is spouses and children of green card holders when you file for the family petition. I'm looking already at the February 2024 visa bulletin. F2A is not current for other countries. It's like a 4-year delay. And for India, it's the same thing. If your spouse is in America inside US, it's only delayed by like 5 months. So who knows when they will move this? They haven't really moved much lately. It's hard for me to say. Then the next question is why there are still 4 to 5 years of waiting as an immigrant spouse. I don't know. And in contrast, they're giving visas to the H4 dependents. I'm going to explain to you why, Mr. The UI champ. Because we have a labor shortage right now in America, meaning there's not enough people to work in the jobs that are open and available. So H4 spouses are spouses of workers, H1Bs, so they're welcoming those people. For family petitions, it's not work-based. It doesn't really help America that much. It's more to, like humanitarian, to unite families. So obviously business comes first. Um, When can you get the case expedited? There are couples whose cases approved within 2 weeks. Hard to say. It's like a lottery. Some people get lucky, some people don't. Manjunath Kanan says, "I applied for my work permit renewal. In the meantime, I received denial on my green card I-485 case, and I responded with the appeal within 33 days. will I still get my work permit to renew my driver's license? Probably not, because the appeal for the denial of your green card would take up to 3 years. When they are actually processing to adjudicate, to make a decision on your work permit, they will see in the computer that your case was denied and you will not get your work permit. However, you could, parallel to the appeal, file a new work permit and a new green card application. So talk to your lawyer about a better strategy in your case. Joseph says, "Good morning, my lovely lawyer," and he sends me a lot of hearts. He has a question. "Please, can I know how much you guys charge for VAWA?" Between 12 to 15,000 for everything for 3 years, and I don't include the government fee in this. But it depends. Some people would charge less than 12 because maybe their case was already filed or whatever. It's easy because everything they have is ready. Some people would charge a little more because they have court proceedings. It depends, okay? Abdul says, born in Cuba, came to India as a wanderer. You could come to the US border right now in Mexico and ask for asylum right now. And this might not last for long, a few more months maybe. You could get to the Mexican border with US and ask for asylum there. Use CBP1 app on your phone. Tony says, "I grant I-130 for my sister, but I'm here with no passport to leave. Can I do adjustment of status while I'm here?" No, you cannot. No, you cannot. Abdul says, "I do night duty. I drive a truck and I don't eat for 2 days." I'm sorry, Abdul. I'm sorry you're going through this. Paul Billy Bear Z says, "Does T visa protect me from getting deported if my asylum is denied?" Yes, absolutely. T visa gives you a long status. And after 3 years of holding T visa, you can file for a green card. Any news about DACA? Wants to know. Tony, no, not yet. No news about DACA. No news. Photography and short video says, "Hi, Marina. I came through ICE. They gave me parole at the border, I guess." And there's no question. This is from Tony. He says, "Thank you." Thank you, Tony, for watching. I'm sorry I can't help, with anything. Um, Hello, ma'am, from Raj Beer Film, SPTK. All right, it's been 30 minutes. I'm gonna give it one or two more minutes for the last questions. Joseph says, "Thank you so much for your honest response. God bless you as always." Thank you. Today, we won a big case for a family from Pakistan. This was like a wealthy family, and they had some properties that basically some terrorist organizations like took over in the country. They began to be blamed for like kind of approving of terrorism, but they didn't, and then they got attacked. Very complicated story. But today we won, and even for their son who got divorced, I'm sorry, married. So he was a child when he started the case with the parents. It's been years. They've been our clients for years, like 5 or 7 years. He decided to get married, didn't even tell us. We're like, "Listen, if you get married, you get knocked out of the case." Then he got divorced. He's back to be single. The judge took pity on him and approved him with the parents. So they all received asylum today through a judge in New York City. We're very happy. I'm here, but they're ordering pizza. I said, "Can you guys wait to celebrate until tomorrow?" Tomorrow, I'm actually going to be in the office in New York. They said maybe. So maybe they'll wait for me and we'll celebrate tomorrow with another pizza. But right now, this is what we do when we win cases in the office. We celebrate. We get pizza. We get like a soda. We get cake for everybody's birthdays. Yesterday we had somebody's birthday. We try to make it not so dry and boring because we are a team and a work family. At work, we spend more time than we do with our own children. So we try to make it nice and we celebrate you guys winning. We celebrate your victories. We are super serious about changing lives. This is why I do what I do. I love it. I love it. Yesterday, if you saw my TikTok today, I have a client. We got his asylum a while ago. He doesn't have his green card yet. We're still waiting. He applied for a refugee travel document, received it. So he wanted to go travel to Paris to see his family. He's got some relatives. It's not his home country. He wanted to go to France, even though his home country is somewhere else. He was so afraid. I said, "Go and see your family. Do not be afraid. As long as you're only staying for a couple of weeks, you're in good shape. And bring me a souvenir." And yesterday, I opened my mail. I have a box. I opened the box, and I saw a little plate that said, Paris. Like it's a souvenir from Paris. You put it on the desk. It has like a little stand. And I knew right away who it was. I was so excited. And of course, I wrote to him, "Thank you so much. It was great." And I posted a picture about it. It's like all these things is why I do what I do. I do it because I love helping people travel, see their family, legalize, get their passport. And I'm always honest with them. Sometimes I have to say, no, I did the statistics, recently for 2023 because the year's over. So we record most of the calls, the inquiries. When you call our office, when you write us an inquiry online, we record it, and then I also record who hires us for a consultation, who hires us for a case. We only worked with 7% of everyone who reached out to us last year. That means we say no a lot to people. Honestly, we cannot help you, but we say yes a lot too. And, um, you know, it's a lot of work. We do consultations, we review papers, and sometimes I still say, no, I can't help you, or you have to wait, or it's not time yet, or it's too late. It depends. So this is why I do what I do. The VAWA waiting time, Paul. Paul wants to know how long is the waiting time for VAWA attorney? 3 years right now. Happy Life says, God bless you. Photography says, hi, Marina. I came through the border with ICE gave me parole, a custody parole for 1 year. I filed for asylum. I have my work authorization and social. Now I want to marry a U.S. citizen. You can, and we can help. And he says it's because he does not want consular processing from Pakistan. Give us a call. My phone number is on the bottom of the screen and on my profile. We can help you. So we can definitely help you with your case. It is doable if you received parole. Okay, parole allows you to adjust status when you marry a U.S. citizen. On this note, I'm going to look on my Instagram and I just see how are you and thanks from Carnail 7417. I'm going to say goodbye to you guys. See you next week, next Wednesday. More news, and maybe by then I will have like an analysis of all the increases in the fees. Talk to you later. Bye bye.
Turn off do not disturb.